Hey, bit of hobby update. Hey, you might remember this minefield idea. And one of these, the paint wasn't settling on it off the rubber. It just kept like leaking off. So I've tried putting some different materials over that one at the moment, and so that it can be repainted and then maybe filed down. So we'll see how that goes on. But I might be ripping that piece up, or the odd bit up here and there anyway. It's actually quite a thick-looking bit of homemade terrain, this, isn't it? But anyway, yeah, computer gamey style minefield. What I might be trying to do with this now, if you'll come with me. And here we go. Right, here we go. So, I found these things. Micro dishes. So, they're supposed to feed your spiderlings and other hideously ghastly things. It says on here. Yeah. Anyhow, that same naturalistic design that they're made with, there's 4 of them, they're stacked there in this packet, would serve really quite well as craters, mini ones, you know, the sort of thing where a mine has gone off. See my thinking? So if I grab one of those, for instance, and stick it on that troublesome red bit of area, and then build like a whole load of stuff up around it, so there's sort of left the mound and then that. Yep. So one thing I could do with that, but there's a few others. How do you think I should use them, guys? How should I use these micro dishes? I mean, they're just screaming to be used. There's some kind of crater, because obviously full-on craters in the game are really quite big, aren't they? So that your guys can physically move in, and these are too small for any model to get in and sort of get a benefit from. So from obviously just from a aesthetic point of view, how might I use, say, another 2 or 3 of them? Onto the other ideas that we were talking about in regards to like all the nautical, the aquatic scenery idea. Yes, hello. Look what I have here. I've been very recently looking at like getting a desert sort of style thing going, and I thought, that scales quite nicely actually, doesn't it? You know, and if you're doing like skirmish games or whatever, there's lots of little stepping stones and areas to stand on and use as cover and stuff. It's a ready-made piece of terrain right there, and you know, for building a you know, that barren sort of outside area. And I do have some other bits from years ago that sort of would support that whole look to tie together. Maybe a battle board as well, themed completely on that desert sort of vibe. Painted up, maybe sort of paint one up to give it that kind of vibe. I don't know. Again, this thing here, room enough for guys to get underneath, and then room enough for like stepping stone elements, so that you can have people here and shooting over the top and potentially claiming cover save bonuses. And then we have the even bigger one. Oh yes, check that out. So with all the same logic and reasons attached. I don't even mind these things, because you know, some weird stuff could be growing there on it. And for the more sort of naturalistic look, I found these guys. Check this out. Now this isn't real wood. This is, you know, this has been painted. This is some sort of like resin stuff that's been painted. Again, you know, for your fish tanks or whichever tanks, however it is. Yeah, and you know, some of the detailing on this really isn't too bad, is it? It's not necessarily how I would colour it. Some of the hues, I quite like this whole sort of bit here, and the way this is all gone. I don't like the green, the real contrast of green on that bit there. But hey, but yeah, there's some great elements to that piece. Got an ickle one, This one unfortunately has got a snapped bit, I've just discovered. So on the snapped bit you can actually see what it's made of. That looks like some sort of plastic resin, doesn't it? But again, you know, just the sheer tree-like look to it. And you know, this should scale great. Let's just, you know, stick it down as bits of scatter terrain. And then check this bad boy out here. How about that? Look at him. It's like this bowl-shaped top, and then yeah, like these like lighter coloured branch parts here. Just the entire irregularity that you get with nature. So, you know, imagine laying those three bits out as a bit of scatter terrain or what have you. And you can try and sell a kind of winter forest there, can't you? Especially if you add a few other trees of the other kind, the sort of Games Workshop kind, which I've got a box of still ready to need to do. Those trees, by the way, those Games Workshop ones that are now being used for the Elvenin, aren't they, in this Age of Sigmar? My real thought process on those is, you know, my box from, you know, years ago, is to use some of the Chaos Spawn parts, Chaos Spawn box parts, and, you know, like make the trees chaotically warped and things. So yeah, we'll see how that idea comes along. But yeah, just a real quick little update into all of my thinking and thought processes. 2 kind of themes of boards there, and then that deal going on. See you at the next one.